All right. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, June 22nd. It is the last day of Richest in Babylon. And the chapter title, section rather, it's not really a chapter title. It's more of a section. But, let me just do the, oops. There we go. Camera's a little off, sorry. Is the financial success portion. This is a review of the rest of the book, and the coolest part about this is it gives you a foundation on what to do. It's basically reviewing this book, one section or one lesson of it each day. I'll go through that. So lesson 1 is Richest Man in Babylon tells a system. That's the first portion. Out of the ruins, like I said, the second day, 7 remedies, and then the treasures of Babylon. Excuse me, that's kind of what we've already gone over. What it's saying is go over each lesson, one per day, no more than one, and sort of master that. Figure out how your life has related to it, what you could have done differently if you'd known these lessons already. So this is a lot of self-reflection and being honest with yourself, which is never fun or easy to do. Then it has different plans for families, business executives, groups and classes. And then the last part of this is actually questions. So these are questions you should ask yourself within each lesson. And again, sort of be honest with yourself of what you've done, how you could be different, what has been revealed in the book in relation to how you have performed in your life. You know, like when I was younger regarding credit, I just sort of went on a bender. I never really had a credit card. I got I think an Amex card. I think I racked up almost $4,000 in charges in a few months at best. And then I had a house card for like Home Depot, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I didn't understand how beneficial and how detrimental at the same time credit can be. If I had just regulated that and used it appropriately, I'm going to put, my utilities on that. I'll put my phone bill. I'll put stuff I'm already paying on this to build up a foundation. I probably would have been a lot better. And that's part of what is in this book. So it does take a lot of self-reflection, which no one ever likes to do. We're really good at blaming someone else's fault. They put me in this situation, whatever it is. Almost 100% of your life is because of you. You did it. You did it to yourself. You put yourself in the situation, and you acted accordingly to the best of your knowledge up to that point. And we all say, if I was 25 again, I would do this, that, and the other. Well, we didn't know at that age. That's what formed who we are today. Just if you don't learn anything, that's the problem. That's where the issue comes into play. So that's kind of the last portion of this. It's nothing that I can go over in 10 minutes, that's for sure. But it talks about all the laws. There's roughly 15 questions, I think, per lesson. Oh, so getting back to that, I'm sorry. So it's a lesson per day. So there's 4 lessons. You go over one per day in depth for 30 days. So you go almost over every one 10 times. You're short on a few, maybe 8 times, we'll say. And then you repeat this process every 6 months, including answering the questions during that 30-day period to measure your change or success. Now, this may sound like a lot of work, and that's precisely what it is. It's work. It takes work. If all of us measured ourselves or took a static measurement of where we are today and where we are the same time last year, or where we want to be next year, it would be a lot simpler. We would have a lot more accountability with ourselves, and it would be much more difficult to blame somebody else for our circumstance. So Jim Rohn says something where tragedy falls on us all. It's not reserved for the poor. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter fame, wealth, knowledge, status, culture, background, upbringing. All that is irrelevant. The tragedy that strikes us all, sudden death, loss of income, breakup of family, all those things along those guidelines happen to everyone. They're not specific to a certain group of people. But what is specific to a certain group of people is reaction to that. And that's really what this is, and the last portion of this book is about. You looking back and going, oh, if something along the same guidelines happens again, I reacted in way X, which this was the result. Now I know to act in way Y in projection of said result. And that's the conclusion, more or less, of Richest Man of Babylon. This is not like a one-time read. It's not like a novel, I'll read it once and I know everything. This is something, no joke, you could read this every week. And the application of it, or like they say, one lesson a day, every day, for 30 days, while doing in combination with your questions of each lesson, probably will do wonders. There's some weird association, and it's been proven that when you get things out of your brain and you actually write them down, the application of that, of completion, like if you write goals down or you write bills down or debt or whatever, it's a plausible because you've more or less done it twice. You've thought it and written it and read it. So you've done all these processes that allow you to cultivate it much better. And the more you do it, the better you become. So I'm doing it a little different. I'm reading and then I'm speaking. So mine's a little different in that aspect. But these are all, like I said, off the cuff. I don't rehearse them. As you can see with the camera work at the beginning, that would have been much better if I was rehearsing them. So pick up Richest Man of Babylon. I don't know the next book on the list. Let me check. Hold on. Oh. Alrighty. The next one I have here I actually have never read. This is an Ogmandino book. Mission Success. So clearly this is old. I think it's from the library. This one is what I'll start on tomorrow. I am going to be out of town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I should be able to do these without any trouble. This one's from 1986, so not that old. But Ogmandino is another interesting gentleman. So this is the next book. It's going to start tomorrow. I think we have this on a 5-day read. I'm hoping to get it done by Thursday. I have 2 travel days now. Anyways, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. I have a couple people who've reached out regarding a podcast start, which I think could be super cool. And I'm hoping to get that started by the end of the year. But we'll see. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate all you guys, and have yourself a good weekend. Be safe out there on Saturday.